Have you ever thought about a future where human beings like you and I cease to exist and we're replaced by machines like robots? You've seen it in films, right? Like Terminator, Cyborg, and stuff like that. There is a strong possibility that in our lifetime it's going to happen. There's this famous writer, futurist, his name is Ray Kurzweil. He predicted something called the Singularity. It's a moment when man and machines merge and technology goes out of control. And Ray Kurzweil thinks it will happen in our lifetime, probably around 2045. I think it may happen before then, possibly in this decade. I think that a significant part of the merging will happen in this decade. So while we're on this very interesting conversation, I watched a movie yesterday. It's called The Creator. It features John David Washington, and it's about an artificial intelligence that was created in a place called New Asia. I think they're talking about China. And America sends their army to go to New Asia to eliminate that artificial intelligence. So these are real life issues for us. They are not just movies. And the point I wanted to make from all of that is to say that war, technology, artificial intelligence, all of those things simply reflect the morality of man. Machines don't have their own minds for now. By the time we cross over to Singularity, we can start to have that conversation. So for now, will machines take our jobs? Will artificial intelligence take over the world? So maybe when the conversation expands and you have more people who don't have this world-conquering mindset, who just want to make machines to improve our health so that we can cure diseases. Do you know we can live without disease? You know we can live too old. We can be ageless. We don't have to die. Death can be cured like any other disease like malaria. That fantasy for you? No, it's not. You just need to continue. So technology needs sources of power, and it needs speed of processing. So that's why there's something called a Kardashev skill. Google it, where we talk about the future of mankind as a civilization, where we get to a point where we can even source external sources of power that are not on our planet. We can even create our own suns and solar systems just to power computers, just to create big brains. So a big brain is a measure of my human brain and a machine brain. And those brains can outthink. They can do anything. They will cure diseases, they will heal. The least of our problems will be whether we live longer or we are eternal. We'll be gods. Like what Yuval Noah Harari writes in his books, Homo Deus, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you think it's fiction. There's a fine line between fiction and technology. I read a recent quote, I can't remember who said it, that technology at its finest should be just like magic. Think about it. So I'm saying these things are possible, and whatever it is that we make out of technology depends on the morality of the people who design technology, and that's food for thought. What do you think? Do you think Africans should spend more time discussing technology, not just talking about it, but making our technology? I have a problem with the fact that we consume but we don't create, and I think it's our biggest problem. Also economically, everything we have. Look around you, your homes. More than half of the stuff in your house is from another country. It's not okay. You should make your stuff. From your matchsticks and your plates and your cups and your spoons to your televisions and radios and your phones, to the software that is inside those things. Until you start making your cars, and we do these things on a small scale, but think about scaling these things up and your aviation. So you start traveling to outer space, and you have sufficient technology to create your own weapons of war, so that there's deterrent for those whose means of interacting with us is warfare. Think about it. But these are real issues. Those are the conversations we should be having as Africans. Those are the things I write about in my blog, I speak about in my podcast, the technology argument. There is nothing more fundamentally important for the decolonization and development of Africa than technology. Economics is fine, politics is fine, and we should do those things. But if we continue to do those things as consumers and not as creators of technology, we're still running around in circles. We want to escape this game and become co-equal and close the gap between Africa and the rest, the West, China. Create your own technology. Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, follow, subscribe, share with your friends. Let me know what you think. Cheers.